Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and the Joe Biden Autopen scandal has officially exploded with one person taking responsibility. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. You know, I didn't expect this one person to be the person who actually was using the Autopen. I didn't expect this one person to be the person who was actually making the decisions. I mean, all signs pointed away from this person. All signs. If you ask people who you think was making the decisions in former President Joe Biden's White House, if you ask 10 Republicans, I don't think 2 would have gave this man as an answer. But this man has spoken out. He's come out publicly, finally, and said, I was the one making the decisions. And that man, well, that man is former President Joe Biden himself. Now, do you believe it? Do you believe that he was making the decisions? I believe he thinks he was. Oh, I believe he thinks he was. But see, he made so many decisions, signed so many executive orders, did so many things that went against decades of everything Joe Biden said he believed in. And he suddenly has had a change of heart inside of 4 years about all of his principles, all of the things he stood for. Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? When he said to Mike Johnson he didn't remember signing an environmental bill. How do you not remember that? And it's not the first time and not the only time he said he didn't remember signing something. So who's he covering for, if in fact he's covering? And that's the question I pose to you. Do you believe him? I want you to watch this video and let me know what you think in the comments.
Harvard and the White House. Andrew?
All right, Christiane, thank you. The other big story this morning, President Trump now ordering an investigation into whether aides to former President Biden covered up Biden's mental state. He claims they deceived the public. This morning, President Trump ordering the Justice Department to investigate the final years of Joe Biden's presidency. Trump issuing a memo claiming, without evidence, that aides abused the power of presidential signatures through the use of an autopen, adding that would constitute an unconstitutional wielding of the power of the presidency, a circumstance that would have implications for the legality and validity of numerous executive actions. Trump's order calls into question the legitimacy of Biden's presidential pardons, judicial appointments, and more than 1,000 other documents signed in Biden's final 2 years in office. It comes amid a firestorm surrounding the former president's health and mental fitness.
And maybe even worse than Watergate in some ways.
Right. The new book, Original Sin, claims Biden's inner circle saw that the president was declining and found ways to cover it up, claiming Biden's health had become so severe that there were internal discussions about putting the president in a wheelchair after the election.
There were basically 2 Joe Bidens. There was the one that was perfectly serviceable, gave the State of the Union address in 2024. He was fine. He was old, but he was fine. And then there was this other non-functioning Joe Biden.
Biden making light of the claims last week.
You can see that. I'm mentally incompetent, and I can't walk, and I could beat the hell out of both of them.
And overnight, Biden calling Trump's order nothing more than a mere distraction, saying, I made the decisions during my presidency. I made the decisions about the pardons, executive orders, legislation, and proclamations. Any suggestion that I didn't is ridiculous and false.
What I have decided to do, and I really have thought long and hard about this.
Meanwhile, former Biden press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre announced yesterday that she's leaving the Democratic Party, previewing her new book, which claims to look inside a broken White House at the betrayal by the Democratic Party that led Biden to give up his re-election campaign. As for the Justice Department's investigation of Biden, it's unclear right now whether subpoenas will be issued.
Now to the new clues in the search for a man accused of killing his 3